I call the member for Bruce.
Thanks, Deputy Speaker. Usually being the last speaker in the MPI is a pretty hard gig because everyone's already covered everything. But I have to say, if you're talking about fairness in this budget, or the lack thereof, we could be here all afternoon. We could be here day after day after day for weeks. Now, I think it's fair, picking up a cue from the member for Fenner, to assess any budget against the challenges that a country faces. So let's think about a few of them. Inequality. We live in an Australia where the top 1% already have 22% of our national wealth. We live in a country where the two richest people have more than the bottom 20% combined. We've got a housing crisis, home ownership at record low levels. We've got a productivity sluggish growth problem. We've got employment and wages growth at low, verging on pathetic levels. We've got an infrastructure deficit. This budget fails every test. Let's have a look at inequality. Tax cuts for the top, for us, as we've heard, $5,000 at least for everyone in this chamber, but tax rises for everyone else. A tax cut for everyone in this chamber, university fees up and repaying them earlier. A tax cut for everyone in this chamber, while penalty rates are cut from July the 1st, the very same day we get more in our pockets. A tax cut for everyone in this chamber, while pensions and family payments are cut. The rich get rich. Now, if you can say one good thing about the 2014 budget, at least it was honest. At least it was honest. It didn't pretend to be something that it wasn't. This is a deception. It's sneaky and it's dishonest. And only really in Turnbull land, I think the member for Moreton this morning talked about the humble battler millionaire that is the Prime Minister. Only in Turnbull land could you say this is fair. 95,000 fewer jobs. At least we won't hear much more about jobs and growth. We have a look at infrastructure, and I'll take a Victorian lens on this because it needs to be said. Victoria, the great state of Victoria, 3% of our land mass, 25% and more of our economy, 25% of our population, the fastest growing state, the fastest growing capital city in Melbourne. Now, this is a good thing for the economy, but it brings challenges, particularly infrastructure for growth. So what do we see? Victoria's share of infrastructure funding in the forward estimates is 8 cents in every dollar. 8 cents. Nothing has changed. There's this great table in the budget papers that put out the new spending for Victoria. It goes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't know why they even put it in there. They've actually, though, they've achieved an even better feat. They've managed to cut $500 million from zero, because we were owed $1.45 billion from the asset recycling, but we're only getting $1 billion. So all those sort of little regional rail lines, many of which I agree are very important projects, they're actually being funded by a cut. Now work that out. That's almost worth an achievement award. $201 per head for every Victorian Labor invested in infrastructure, $92 under this mob. And even better, their so-called infrastructure boost is a $1.6 billion cut this financial year, $1.6 billion cut, falling off a cliff to $4.2 billion. But I tell you what else is unfair. This budget sees the start of the privatisation of Centrelink. May sound extreme, but it's not. We've seen 5,000 jobs cut already under this government, staff suffering with not 1%, not $1 in a pay rise over years. 1.2 thousand more jobs have been announced to be cut from Centrelink, plus goodness knows how many from the efficiency dividend. But they've quietly slipped in, I quote, a trial of outsourcing 250 jobs to a call centre. And you want to know how much that costs? So did I. It says NFP. Now that doesn't mean not for profit, it means not for publication because it's commercial in confidence. So we've got a mystery provider that's going to come and take 250 jobs, could be in the Philippines, who knows where, dealing with people's most personal, most private information, while they're cutting close to 2,000 more jobs. This is a disgrace. This is on top of the robo-debt, the DSP saga, age pension claims being delayed, families spending literally hours, days trying to get through. Apparently poverty under this government is a crime. The drug testing will be a conversation for another day for welfare recipients, but I presume we'll also hear more about the drug testing regime that will come in for millionaires claiming outrageous tax deductions. We could talk about housing, but time doesn't permit. But I do encourage those opposite to listen quietly to Bill Shorten's speech tonight when you learn what fairness is really about.